What up, everybody? It's iPadBeatmaking.com here today with some very good news indeed. There is a new update to Audio Evolution Mobile, and I will show it to you now. This thing adds support for dragging and dropping audio and MIDI files using SlideOver, and it adds support for pasting audio and MIDI from the iOS file system-wide clipboard. Use the track's pop-up menu and select paste using iOS pasteboard, and latency compensation only worked for audio tracks. That has now been solved. And now let's go into Audio Evolution Mobile. When you first launch the app from the update, it will give you a list of the things that are new in the most recent versions of the update. And like I just said, added support for dragging and dropping audio and MIDI files using SlideOver. This is a highly requested feature for iOS apps nowadays, so it is so nice to see Audio Evolution Mobile take this step into the modern iOS app era with drag and drop. With all that said, let's try it out. And so one example is we have our beat or our stems in the file system. We pull that up with SlideOver using, say, files or say sample crate, grab the file, and we just look at this. We just can drag and drop it anywhere we want. And we've got this timeline indicator here letting us know where we would be dropping the file, and it snaps to the beginning, which I really like. Not all apps snap to the first bar. So then we can decide if we want it to be at 96K or 44.1. I'm not going to do it. Let me make sure set this down to 48. And then we can bring it in and 48, and look at that. It just works wonderfully. So just that simple. And then let's try and copy it, and let's hold. Let's see what happens. Let me remove this. Move, hold, and then paste from iOS clipboard. Allow paste. Bam, that's simple. Look at that. That's just beautiful. That is beautifully implemented. That is very nice. So that's one way to do it. Now I'm just curious here. All right, so I've got some stems here. I'm gonna just see if it'll let me grab all these and bring them over. Let's see, select all, drag and drop to the beginning. And there it is. It works with the stems. How about that? Oh, that is so cool. So yeah, Audio Evolution Mobile now supports drag and drop. It also can drag and drop multiple files, which is very impressive. So yeah, pretty amazing update indeed. The drag and drop is really nice, and this also works with MIDI files as well. Let's try it with a MIDI track and just see how that works really quick. Let me see if I can find some MIDI files. All right, grabbing a MIDI file here, seeing what happens, and it'll say use USB MIDI output or virtual instrument for the tracks. We'll go virtual instrument, and there's the MIDI file there. Bring that to the beginning, and I'm gonna go ahead and solo this. And it works. We got playback on it. Pretty nice, and we can double click it and we're into the piano roll. And it's not the worst piano roll in the world by far. Definitely not the worst in the world. I probably would still opt to use Atom most times, but it's definitely not the worst piano roll. So yeah, you can now bring in your MIDI files via drag and drop, which is really cool. Now, the way I would probably practically use something like this is using Suggesture, and I would just drag and drop my MIDI directly onto the timeline, just like that. And I don't have snapping on right now, so that's kind of why it looks a little weird in terms of spacing, but I would turn on the snapping and just go ahead and bring this in, and now it snaps to a bar. And we'll go ahead and go to the next one. And let me put this at half a bar real quick because the snapping's a little, let's go eighth note. Virtual instrument. And now that looks more like a typical chord progression. I would then select it. And how do I put these all together? That is now the question. Let me see. How do I consolidate these? Merge clips. Oh. Maybe if I overlap them. Okay, so yeah, you gotta have them overlapping a little bit, and when you overlap them, that's what will allow you to merge them. So yeah, now it's all one editable piece in the piano roll. Bam, straight like that. So yeah, what you want to do when you bring in the individual clips is what you just saw me do, which is make sure that they overlap. And once you overlap, go ahead and hit the three dots, and then you can hit merge clips, and it works just fine. So yeah, that is how you drag and drop your MIDI in. In this case, I use Suggesture, which is an app I use a lot to build up a chord progression with the slide over mode. I really like it. But you could also play it in with Suggesture as well, but some of us like to draw our MIDI in. That's a good method to do it. Nonetheless, this is an incredible update. Audio Evolution Mobile officially supports drag and drop. I can't even believe I'm saying it. If y'all have not checked out Audio Evolution Mobile, be sure to check it out. It, to me, is one of the best audio DAWs on iOS for audio recording. So I love it for the auto tune inside of it. If you want that hard trap auto tune, you know, think Future, stuff like that, T-Pain even, it's definitely the best auto tune for that. And again, I do this probably every time I do a video now on Audio Evolution Mobile, is show off the auto tune where it's at. Go into the effects grid, go to pitch, and it's under Vocal Tune Pro. And this is basically like an auto tune EFX on desktop. This thing is really nice. It's my favorite on iOS. I love the audio editing on it and the audio recording. I just think it's really good for that. So if you have not checked out Audio Evolution Mobile, be sure to check it out. It's a steal of an app for the price. Updates are constantly coming. The dev is very responsive. So yeah, we've got almost everything I think we could want in an app like this, and it just keeps getting better. But hope y'all enjoy the video. If you updated, let me know your thoughts down below. If you are considering getting Audio Evolution Mobile, let me know your thoughts down below. Let's talk about it. It's iPadBeatmaking.com. Peace.